go to the half. And one of the things that Ice Cube, who one of the co-founders of this league, came up with is the 4-point shot. So innovative, and it always keeps you in the game. Bivouac, 4-0, taking on 2-2 Ball Hogs, who have the basketball right now. Summers to Barbosa, and they score first.
Yeah, the Brazilian blur, we know he can drive the ball off the bounce, but backdoor cuts is very important in the big three when you're being overplayed.
Here's Corey Brewer now, throwing it up for Garland Green. Green drives, lost it. Brewer picks it up with one. And no shot clock violation on Bivouac.
Yeah, and to start the games, because of the way the rules are for the big three, it's very important to try to get off to a good start. Knowing very well that, this is not about necessary time. It's 4 quarters, but you got to get off to a good start.
That shot no good. There's Green with the board, working on Meeks. Backs him down. And then the kick out. Open three. Too strong by Javier Carter. Here's the Brazilian blur. Barbosa. And again off the glass.
On that play, that was what you call a slip pick and roll. Summers comes up. Here's a little slip. He didn't set the pick and roll. Created that advantage for Barbosa.
Here's Garland Green. Nearly had his pocket picked by Barbosa. Spins on him, bodies him, and then kisses it off the glass.
Now we'll see as the game goes on, if the Ball Hogs are going to bring double team Brian in that situation.
Summers to Barbosa. Sets the screen for him. He gets it back, and he'll shoot the jumper. It's strong. Green with the board. Kick out to the corner to Brewer. Missed it all. Carter asking him to clear out. He wants to go down. Body Summers. And draws the foul on Summers. That went on Dwan Summers.
A big key in the big three is also offensive rebounding. Are you going to send the other two players who are not involved with the shot to the basket?
Carter knocks it down. Here the big three, you shoot 1 free throw for 2 points.
It's the easiest time to get a wide open three if you can get an offensive rebound.
Backdoor cut by Meeks. They work it around. Here's Barbosa with 5 on the shot clock. Now with 3. He'll pull up and swishes it. Leandro Barbosa now. With all 6 points.
Yeah, and it just feels like the Ball Hogs are cutting more and moving the basketball.
Green working on Barbosa. Too strong, follows up his own shot, and he'll go to the line. He'll shoot 1 for 2.
On those post-ups, Meeks was standing right there at the free throw line. He's got to come down and fake and dig, still get back to Brewer.
Just look at what Garland Green did last weekend. Had 11 rebounds. Led the league in rebounding just last week with those 11 boards. Also had 16 points. And we're tied up at 6 again. First team to 25, we head to the half. Barbosa. Summers. And there's the steals leader. And Corey Brewer doing what he does best. He's a thief and then puts in the bucket.
And that was a very complicated shot that he made look easy.
Brewer leading the league in steals. Bivwak on an 8-2 run. Meeks from the baseline, no. Here's Brewer now. Oh, what a try by Corey Brewer.
And remember what Coach Gary Payton said. He said Brewer came in better shape this year. He's much more focused, taking on leadership responsibilities, which is making Coach Gary Payton's life a little easier.
And teeing up everybody. He put the clamp there on Barbosa.
Yeah, so here's the steal strip. And now look at this shot, little jump hook over the left shoulder.
Nearly another steal by Brewer. See, he leads the league. Averages 2 a game.
So that means when you're having lunch with Brewer, don't turn and
Watch your wallet.
your wallet.
And once again, Bivwak defensively getting it done. Force a shot clock violation. Another turnover by the Ball Hogs. Garland Green for 4. They'll call that foul on Corey Brewer.
Garland Green, he must think he's Jeremy partner.
Yeah, I know.
It's coming up in the next game.
Ball Hogs started this game, 2 of 3 from the field. Since then, they've gone 0 for 5.
Really impressed with Bivouac's defense. Even when you think they're beat on a back cut, they're getting deflections. They're in defensive stands. They're communicating.
Here's Meeks in the lane. Knocks it down with the runner. 2-point lead for Bivwak, who most prolific scoring team in the league, too. No one scored more points than this Bivwak squad. The 3 by Green, too strong. Juwan Summers the board. Barbosa knocks down the 3. Ball Hogs now with a 1-point lead over Bivwak.
Yeah, you got to close out to the touch on Barbosa. You can't leave any space.
Brewer spinning, nearly lost it. Juwan Summers. D'ing him up. So here comes Gerald Green now. Corey Brewer will get a rest. So you got both Green brothers in.
And what a luxury for Coach Gary Payton to have Gerald Green come off your bench as your fourth man.
Right, and that's something. Here's Carter. Green with 2. He's got to get it up. Sometimes you play with your food, that's what happens. Meeks will inbound for the Ball Hogs. Barbosa. Shot is short.
Stepped out.
And he stepped out of bounds.
And give Coach Rick Berry a lot of credit because, slow start for the Ball Hogs this year. And now, 2-2, they're still in the hunt.
So important to get wins at this point of the season. Getting the midpoint. But after next week is when they start eliminating the bottom teams. Carter inside. Look at the footwork and lays it in. So we get to our first break in the action. And it's Bivwak. 1 of 2 only unbeaten teams left in the league with a 1-point lead on the Ball Hogs.
Yeah, nice little shot fake here by Carter against a smaller defender. Put him in the play.
The Big 3 on CBS Sports is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Bivwak, 1-point lead over the Ball Hogs. Bivwak, 1 of 2 teams, still unbeaten in the Big 3. Corey Brewer, he's got 4 points, and one of the leading MVP candidates here as we hit the halfway point. But, Elijah Stewart, what he's doing with the defending champion enemies, and Jeremy Pargo. I think this guy, every shot is a 4-pointer, and it seems like that Jeremy Pargo is putting up for the triplets. There's a number of guys in that running for MVP.
Yeah, all of those guys are worthy, but the 2007 Final Four most outstanding player, Corey Brewer, is my pick, and he's also in the top 5 in rebounding.
Oh, and Juwan Summers with the triple. 14-12 now. Ball Hogs 2-point lead. Here's Gerald Green. His triple too strong. His brother grabs the board and cans the three.
And that's what we discussed earlier. That's the easiest time. Wide open three, offensive rebound. Defense is kind of discombobulated. Nice job of making them pay.
Had 11 rebounds last week. Here's Meeks driving. Kicks it out to Summers. Open for three.
That's when you have that advantage. When you shot fake and the defender runs by, then it's a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1. And Meeks made the right play.
First team to 25, we go to the half. 2-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Green hacked as he goes up.
Summers, nice little spot up three, wide open. You got to make wide open shots.
Oh, how about the coach? I love it. Rick Barry says, hey, I don't like that call. He wants to bring the fire. This is unique to the Big Three. You don't like a call and you want to challenge it? You can bring the fire, and now the players have got to go one-on-one. So that's what you've got, Barbosa and Garland Green. Garland Green scores, he gets the points. But if Barbosa can get the stop, they get the basketball and the foul comes off the board.
Wow.
Like that.
I thought I heard a slap 15 feet away.
Maybe it was the ball.
Right.
How about that stop by Barbosa?
Wow. If that's not a foul.
He went into his chest, but to no avail. So good stop by Barbosa. They get the ball. Foul comes off the board.
And that's what I love about the Big Three. The officials, they don't bail you out.
The tip by Summers, no. And Corey Brewer.
No, that's no good.
And that first shot going, hit the rim. So what Corey Brewer's trying to say, it didn't hit the rim. Scal?
Guys, if the second shot doesn't hit the rim, they don't have to clear it.
So there, that one. There's the follow by Summers.
Looked like he shot it clearly over the rim.
So I think what they're trying to say is that Johnson was that guy, like Summers had that follow Scal, right?
Yeah.
And then Johnson, I think of Bivwak was the other guy who hit it.
That's a bucket. The second tip,
Yeah.
if they call it a controlled tip that did not hit the rim, you look, the first shot obviously hits the rim.
Right.
The second one hits the rim.
Yep. Now this is Johnson here from Bivwak. See, that's Johnson.
That does not hit the rim. So if that doesn't hit the rim, then he should be able to lay that up. They consider that a shot attempt.
All right, thank you. Ball on the floor is a clearing violation. Ball Hogs ball on the side.
There you go. So they're going to say a clearing violation be on Bivwak. They needed to clear it because that second tip
Was from his teammate.
Yeah. So it will be Ball Hogs basketball.
That was a good call.
Good call. Good call. Good ref.
And the replay didn't take 2 hours.
Exactly.
Guys, the ruling on the floor, the tip was not considered a shot, so they had to clear it.
There you go. Barbosa tried to drop that off for Larry Sanders, but he dropped it off his foot. And we go to Bivwak. 2-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Brewer from the baseline. Missed it. Barbosa. Got it.
And as Barbosa is setting up and he's getting his feet set like that, you have to rush him off the line and force him to put the ball on the floor.
5-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Make it a 2-point lead.
I had a chance to coach Gerald Green for a small part of his NBA career. He was without a job, and I signed him off the street.
Let me tell you something. That happened to a guy named Avery Johnson and had a pretty good career. You know what I mean? Oh, here's a block by Larry Sanders. And Jody Meeks follows it up. We're going to take a 30-second break. Ball Hogs up 4 over the unbeaten Bivouac. Welcome back. 4-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Hey, make sure you hit the pitch with the CBS Sports Network. That's Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, for a United Soccer League clash between Birmingham and Rhode Island. First of 3 games you'll see here on CBS. The Ball Hogs up 4 on Bivouac. Here's Green off the screen. His 3 short. Barbosa with the board.
And a lot of times with Gerald Green, he's a lot more effective working to his left side.
How about that dime? And the follow's good though by Sanders. And the Ball Hogs now a point away from us going to the half. Green, step back 3, yes! Gerald Green getting warm. Bivouac down 3.
You can see Coach Gary Payton is getting on his guys about having too much confusion on the defensive end.
And just like that, Jody Meeks is going to send us to the half. And the Ball Hogs with a 5-point lead, looking to go over 500. Thanks to Leandro Barbosa, who's been leading the Ball Hogs. He's with Scow.
Leandro, offensively, you guys are playing great. You're playing great. What do you got to do to continue it?
Well, we got to eliminate the second chance. I think they are bigger than us on the board, especially when we start the game. We got to do a better job. But, you know, stop Gerald Green. He's the one that is capable to knock that down 3 points. So if we do a good job on the defensive standpoint, we're going to be okay.
Usually you're getting Jody Meeks involved early. You take over. You guys kind of switch roles. Did that switch in the second half?
Well, my plan for today, it was to get it going, you know. And now I get everybody around and going. And Jody's coming right now. Larry just came in. We got one more guy to get going.
Good luck second half.
Okay.
Ball Hogs finished 4 of 5 from the field, but it was Barbosa who had 12.
Barbosa was outstanding. They finished 4 for 5 from the field to finish the half.
Oh, take a look at what they're wearing. You want some official Big 3 merch? Go to store.big3.com for league, team apparel. You can get jerseys like he's got on, the hats, jackets. Get it all at store.big3.com. At the half, and it's the Ball Hogs with a 5-point lead over the unbeaten Bivouac. And you know, you look at that first half, Leandro Barbosa started off hot, ended hot. Ball Hogs knocked down 4 of their last 5 shots as we went to the half. He's the only guy in double figures right now.
And the Ball Hogs look like the more desperate team. Remember, they're 2-2. This game is critical for the success of their season. And Barbosa's been the man. He's been back cutting, knocking down 3s. They're very competitive on the defensive end. So, hey, you reap what you sow, and the Ball Hogs are sowing some serious energy.
Time now for the juiciest moment of that first half. It's brought to you by Simply Spiked. 21 and over, because it contains alcohol. Celebrate responsibly. DeJuan Summers. And look, the Ball Hogs shot the ball a lot better from 3 than they did last week.
Yeah, just recognizing the situation. Run Meeks off the 3-point line and a little penetrating pitch and knocking down the shots.
4 of 7 from distance. so far today. They were 4 of 22, folks, last week. And right now, as we begin the second half, 5-point lead for those Ball Hogs, trying to go 3-2 on the season. We're at the midpoint of the season here in the Big Three. Oh, Barbosa blocks that shot by Brewer.
And you see Bivouac tried to come out and establish Corey Brewer on that left box to start.
Jalen Johnson, though, puts it in. 3-point lead now for the Ball Hogs. Here's Barbosa. Turns the corner. Sanders tried to posterize Corey Brewer, who wasn't having it.
And that's why I feel he's the leader in the clubhouse for MVP. It's not what he does only on the offensive end, but defensively. Leader in steal. That was an amazing block shot over a 7-footer.
Let's see if it's a turning point in this game. 1-point lead now for the Ball Hogs. Green working on Barbosa.
You notice Bivwak decided to start Gerald Green this half.
They did. Here's Brewer. Oh, up and under. Corey Brewer. Can't be stopped. 1-point lead for Bivwak. 6-0 run here for Bivwak to start this. And there's Brewer again, the steal leader. And scoring. What can't Corey Brewer do?
He can hoop, and he's a good dad. I saw him at the hotel with his kids. Said they were going to Disneyland for a couple hours.
That's too strong. Johnson the rebound. Green fading. Misses that 3. Inside to Sanders, and they're going to call a foul on Corey Brewer.
Wow, look at this continuation. He didn't give up on the play. Brewer, wow. That was...
Corey Brewer with 8 points, 4 boards, and on his season average of steals already with 2.
See, it's a game of momentum. The Ball Hogs had the momentum going in to start the second half, and now Bivwak is on fire.
Here's Garland Green. Come in replacing his brother, Javier Carter. Back out to Green, wide open shot. Carter to Brewer. Money.
And you saw the difference in Green's three-point attempt and Brewer. He caught it and shot it. Looked like Green took the too long. When you're wide open, catch and shoot.
11-0 run right now for Bivwak. Their lead is now 6.
Look like Brewer needs a break.
Someone who never takes a break. Co-founder, Ice Cube. Oh, I like that Big 3 chain he got on.
Man.
Timeout called here on the court. It is Bivwak. 6-point lead over the Ball Hogs. 6-point lead for Bivwak over the Ball Hogs. You know, these are the 2 teams who have never made the playoffs. And, you know, give Bivwak some credit. They've tied the franchise record for wins right now at 4-0. They had 4 wins all of 2019. Gary Payton did not like that foul call, so he wants to challenge it. He's going to bring the fire. And that means Jody Meeks and Javier Carter will go one-on-one. Jody Meeks, that's stay inside that 3-point line. He scores, he gets the point. Carter gets the stop, they get the basketball, and the foul comes off the board like that.
And you only have 10 seconds to score. Another important point about Bivwak this season that's very impressive. They've scored the most points in the Big 3 this season.
Yeah.
Coming into this game,
Absolutely.
203 points.
Here's Carter. Had it knocked away by Summers. Barbosa hanging and scoring in the lane.
That's the worst thing. When you're trying to protect the lead, that's the one thing you don't want to do is turn the ball over in the paint.
Carter has set that screen for Brewer. Brewer nearly lost it.
every time you want to get a shot at the basket.
That shot's no good. Here's Jody Meeks now. Knocked away by Garland Green. And he's hacked going up.
Man, it's been Steel City for Bivouac today.
You see how physical this league is, too? You go to the, let me tell you something, you guard your grill and knuckle up, you go into the paint in this league.
Yeah, this is my kind of basketball. The era that I played in, hey,
you're right.
There was no freedom of movement.
You're right, you're right about that you see now in the NBA. Green knocks down one of two. Lead is back to 6. Bivwak trying to remain unbeaten. Here's Meeks in the lane, the runner, too strong.
Meeks is putting on a show in terms of moving without the basketball. For all of the kids that are here, it's just a great example. See how he comes off that screen, splits the defense. Fortunately, he didn't come down on his and twist his ankle in that situation, fortunately.
Called that one on Gerald Green. You saw that his hand on Jody Meeks as he went airborne.
You know, what I love, Brian, is how animated our coaches are.
Oh, Gary
Payton and
you know
Coach
Gary.
Rick Barry, man, they're getting after it.
You know Coach Payton, he don't like that foul. He gonna let you know about it. Green off the screen and a foul. They'll call it on the floor, though, not on the shot.
Well, when you start this second half, you want to get in the bonus as quick as you can and stay out of it on defense.
Garland Green, that's short. Keep in mind, first team to 50 wins, but you gotta win by 2. Gary Payton works those referees, doesn't he?
And another major key is to stay away from scoring droughts. To start the half, the ball hogs they were 0 for 7 from the field.
Here's Juwan Summers. Stepped out.
Yeah, not much room here in the corner. Great call. Right foot stepped out.
Here's Javier Carter. Jump hook is good.
It'll be interesting how long Sanders remains on the bench, because I believe in that situation he could possibly be a better defender.
Barbosa. Pull up. Strong. Carter the board. Green from the corner. Rushed it.
I was 1 for 6 from the three-point line before the game.
Well, you get some shots up, Coach.
I got to get back to the mid-range.
Here's Garland Green. That's from 3. 9-point lead for Bivwak. 11 points from victory. And remaining unbeaten. Bivwak on an 18-4 run here in this second half. And it's Carter in the paint, and they're up 9. We'll be right back. With his former head coach and head coach of the Ball Hogs, Rick Barry.
Rick, Bivwak's on an 18-4 run. What do you got to do?
Well, we have to make some shots, of course, but I think the turning point in the game is when we had the dunk by Larry, who I thought got fouled, and it gave them a lot of momentum. And we're missing our two-point shots. Our threes are better this week, but we haven't made the shots that we had open, and then a few silly mistakes. Now we got to play tough defense and hope that our shots start falling, but we still got time.
Thank you.
We said that same thing once that play happened, because remember at that time Bivwak was down, and it was that Will that be the play that turns this game? And so far it has.
That was the turning point.
Jody Meeks thought it went off Bivwak. Coach Rick Berry. Each coach gets a challenge 1.5, and he wants to challenge that call.
After review, Ball Hogs wins the challenge. White ball coming in, it's off red. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
There you go.
Yep.
I love how efficient the officials have been.
Very successful challenge. We'll see if the Ball Hogs can string together a couple of good offensive possessions.
Here's Dwan Summers to Barbosa. Side out of bounds again for the Ball Hogs. You call that one on Garland Green. Here's Barbosa for 3. Short. Nearly came up with his own board.
And Coach Rick Berry made a great point. They've been shooting the 3 better this week than they did last week, but they've been struggling inside the paint. The Ball Hogs.
Carter will hand it off to Corey Brewer behind the back and lays it in. Oh, Corey Brewer.
And Corey Brewer putting on the show. The Brew Man.
That 4 is no good. Brewer, a rebound. Garland Green. Cash. Bivwak. 6 points away from victory. Pouring it on the Ball Hogs now.
Nice little flip handoff here behind the back. Split the defense.
Gary
Smooth.
Payton wants to challenge that call. He wants the officials to take a look at it. How about Bivwak? I mean, at one point we were talking about an 18-4 run. It's now 23-4.
After further review, the challenge is successful.
Yeah.
Red ball coming in, shot clock to 14.
And Corey, I love it. Corey Brewer's looking at us like he's like you. Oh, this guy! What a season he's having for Bivwak.
I don't think you knew anything about that music.
Come on, man. Frankie Beverly and Maine. Corey thought he got fouled. Barbosa missed it. Out to Brewer.
That's those shots that we were talking about.
And a reach in by Barbosa, who did not like that call. Look at Corey. Corey said, look at my headband. He had me in a headlock.
Looking like Slick Watts.
Here's Garland Green. Another reach in by Barbosa. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Bivwak.
Garland Green almost lost an arm on that play.
I'm telling you, you better come correct. You come in the lane in this league. With 5, Green, and finally gets the foul.
Boy, when you go for that steal and you reach, it's not much help. 3-on-3 on the backside.
And Coach Rick Berry wants to bring the fire. That means Garland Green and Leandro Barbosa will go one-on-one.
And if I'm Garland Green in this situation, I would not shoot a step back, I'm getting the ball to the basket. I'm going to force Leandro Barbosa to defend me at the rim.
Green drives, and he did exactly what you said. Took it right to the cup.
And it was a decisive, quick move. One dribble, and now powered it up. Very impressive, and he's talking.
Oh, you got to after that move. So Bivwak now just 4 points away from victory.
And the great thing about the Big Three is when you get to that 46-point mark, now the 4-point shot is in play to win the game.
Yes. And look at Garland Green and Barbosa.
Now,
those two are going, oh boy, they've been talking all game long and going at it one another all game long.
Now you want to be passionate and aggressive, but you don't want to get a technical here.
Barbosa had 12 in the first half, just 2 here in the second half. Here's Meeks. Missed it. Here's Brewer. For the win, for 4. Oh, in and out. But the follow is good by Carter. That would have brought the house down had he made that.
Now you're talking about all 3 levels of scoring now. This puts a lot of stress on the Ball Hogs defense because you got to guard from the 4-point line in.
Here's game point coming. Brewer, who's done it all.
Fade away.
Spin, fades, got it! Corey Brewer! Yeah, take a bow. After that performance by Corey Brewer.
Corey Brewer, Bivwak on 29-7 run.
To end this game.
Wow. Corey Brewer said, bye-bye, see you later. Have a great trip back home.
Here is the shot of the game presented by Hyundai, and it's compliments of Corey Brewer. Brewer, 2 of his 15 to go along with the 8 rebounds and 2 steals. You talked about maybe the MVP of the season. Corey Brewer is playing like it. He's with Scal.
From a hooper, I just want to say thanks for putting on a show. You dominated that second half, not just the scoring, but every play that you made. What is this like for you? And are you playing some of your best basketball?
Oh man, I'm playing some of my best basketball. I love the hoop. I've had my 4-year-old, my 10-year-old, my 15-year-old all week. I was in Disney with my 4-year-old on my back all day yesterday. Hey, I was a little tired the first half. But when you're a hooper, you fight through stuff like that. And they put us on CBS. We got to show up for CBS and get a win.
Now, you know what everyone's talking about on CBS is you being MVP. What's that like being in that conversation with some of these guys?
It means a lot. Anytime you can be MVP at anything, trying to get MVP. I'm also trying to get Defensive Player of the Year. Don't forget about that block now. It ain't just one thing. I'm trying to do it in all categories.
Yeah, we all see it. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, appreciate it. Always, Scal.
Unbeaten Bivwak. Only team now at 5-0. The enemies 4-0 defending champs. You'll see them a little bit later on. But wow, Bivwak, thanks to Corey Brewer, still unbeaten as they get the win over the Ball Hogs. He had 15, but it was his block that certainly turned things in this one. We're just getting started. More action when we come back.